Hi, I'm Elly Gwynn and I am the goddess of Grub. And welcome to the Grub Club today. My job is to help you get fast, easy, healthy meals on the table in minutes. And as many of you know, I lost 130 pounds about 13 years ago, so I had to learn how to cook. And I hated it. So now I love it. So we're talking kebabs today, and we are gonna, what meat should you use? How do you do it? It's a very simple thing. You can get your dinner on the table in less than 20 minutes probably. And you can put them in the grill, you can put them in the oven, you can choose your seasoning. It's a whole bunch of good stuff. You can just pick whatever the heck you want. And today we have a guest. One of our A-team members is not here, Alicia, and she's on a little sabbatical. And so now we have Marianne Takis, who is an author and a life coach. And she's gonna be here with us today, so join us for kebabs. Welcome back, and we are going to be putting our kebabs together, and with us is our guest Marianne Takis. Welcome, Marianne.
Thank you.
We've got you filling in for the other A-team member, which is Alicia, and so we're going to allow you to use her glass, and if you actually want to get your own, you can pick those up at the Fleur-de-Lis gift shop in the Holiday Inn.
Or you could Facebook you,
Yep.
give us your hair color, and we'll get that all taken care of for you.
Good girls' night out gift
What
too,
fun.
or bachelorette party, be awesome. So we can make them all look like each person, which is really kind of fun.
Everyone needs their own boob glass. It just is
Exactly.
empowering.
Yeah, sure.
And you can reach me on Facebook.com, Goddess of Grub, and just message me and we'll get taken care of. So Marianne, welcome. And of course, I don't want to miss our other A-team member here, Annette, who is always here and with a smile on. Love it. So Marianne, you're a life coach.
I am.
Yes. And so what got you into doing that?
Life coaching. I got into life coaching actually after having a 5-year stint, if you will, of caring for my daughter as a caregiver. And you know, I faced some real struggles and some tough times, and so I had been a biblical counselor for a number of years, and someone said, you know, you might really like life coaching, and that's kind of what got it instigated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love the fact that in life coaching, you're actually helping people to find balance again in life, especially when they're facing tough challenges.
Cool.
And that was something I needed, and
everybody really, at some point or another, you're going through stuff.
Exactly.
Whether you have kids, don't have kids. If you have kids, you go through lots of stuff.
Yeah, it's not limited to one population.
Yeah, the audience, you're not going through stuff, are you?
Yeah.
No,
Everybody's like,
Everything's
perfect.
Exactly. Well, we'll get into a little bit more. Marianne has a project she's working on, so we'll get a little bit more into that and girl talk. And don't forget, we're going to do our boob of the week too. All right, kebabs. So what I did here is I just said, what seasoning would I like today? And I just went in my cupboard and picked some Wild Tree seasonings. And it's as easy as that. It's picking a seasoning, combining it with our amazing grapeseed oil that is super heart healthy, and it's actually very high in omegas. And it's awesome, and it cooks up to 425 degrees
Okay,
too.
way confused about what in the heck is a shawarma.
Shawarma. Hey, you pronounced it right. Good girl.
I'm like, what in the world? What is that?
Shawarma is, you know, in those Brazilian restaurants where they cut the meat off the stick thing?
Okay.
That's
the
what
lamb stuff?
Yeah, that's what shawarma is. It's, I think it's Mediterranean. I'm sure you all will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is. And so I did that for the beef. And then, of course, you know, it's a freezer meal, right? So,
And it smells heavenly.
yes,
right
it
now.
smells really
Yeah,
good.
it's great.
And so we're gonna put these together. Now, most important, we have to soak our skewers, okay?
Why?
Because we're going to put them on the grill and they will catch on fire.
Of
Remember
course.
remember the plank salmon and why I had to soak
You
the
sprayed it with water.
I soaked it in water.
water, but then you had your little spray bottle too. So
Just in case it caught fire.
But
That
do we
was
need-
emergency purposes.
Do we need
remember?
our spray bottle when we're
Nah,
doing
these
that?
are a lot less wood here, okay? So, well, ooh, that didn't sound good. All right, I'm gonna have Annette start the onion. Now, Now, remember I properly told you how to cut an onion. However,
Show number 1, I keep repeating it.
I know, I said go back and watch, right? So, however, with kebabs, you are going to make them in these little wedges like this, okay? All right, now that you're cutting the first top off, and then you're going to quarter it. So you're gonna flip it like that. So you got a nice sturdy
and cut it
back.
in half first?
Yep. Watch your fingers there, girl.
Hello.
And then each one, yeah. Good.
Like that?
Yep, perfect. Awesome.
Because we all
Forgot our
stand back
garbage
waiting
bowl.
for the onion.
I know.
Yes.
I'm gonna get you started on threading. So you
Okay.
just take your little skewers, and you know what? It really makes no difference at all what order you put them in.
I like to have a pattern.
I like color, so you can use green pepper, red pepper, orange pepper. Yeah, I didn't matter. I just like them to look pretty. So, and then I wanted to tell you also that you just keep threading away. This is the shawarma. You keep.
Do I cut the bottom off? Because
Actually, you do on this one.
I know we weren't supposed to.
You actually do on this
So
one.
just chop it off.
First
like that.
time, remember, don't cut an end of an onion off ever unless you're doing this, okay? That's the rule.
Why is that?
Because what happens is it keeps the onion intact, so while you're slicing it, then you have something to hang on to,
Sure.
so it's not moving and wiggling all over the place,
Okay,
right?
makes total sense.
Yeah, so you're gonna.
It's instinct though to cut
Yeah.
both ends
And then
off.
what I do is I actually cut these in half.
Okay.
One more time. Well, the bigger ones too.
Is this one?
Yeah, that's fine. Just up. I know.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe we should have done that before we took the bottom off.
Maybe.
And on the chicken, I wanted to tell you, I am using the new Asian spice blend from Wild Tree. That is the beauty of Wild Tree, is just kind of grabbing one and grabbing some oil and going. So I thought, let's do something different.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Asian. You can do Italian. I mean, it makes no difference what seasoning you use. It's going to taste good, okay? And we're going to grill these up, and we're going to keep these girls skewering here.
So you've used the same seasoning on this as you did on the chicken?
I used the shawarma on that.
Okay.
That was shawarma.
Shawarma. We all need to practice that 3 times over.
Yeah, shawarma.
Yeah. And I know, and it smells really good.
That's what I'm smelling.
It's kind of like, it's got some cinnamon in it.
Yeah, it does.
I like that.
Very, very good. And it's not super, it's not spicy, whereas the Asian has a little kick to it.
Sure.
So I thought we'd give ourselves a little.
Okay, am I supposed to
little
be
kick.
threading some too, or?
No, so what I just wanted to show people how to actually cut this onion here so that you just peel them apart.
Now, what do you do with these? Do you not put those on the kebabs, or?
Well, if you're frugal, you can keep them and chop them in little pieces and put them in a baggie and put them in your fridge so that when you need a chopped onion,
It's done.
it's done.
So you just use it, because I hate throwing away food.
Yes, we
Sure.
know. Although she's rubbing off on me because I did it this morning. I'm like cutting my onion and I'm like, oh, well, I hate throwing that away. I know. So now I have chopped
Hang around with
onion.
me a little.
Exactly. So we're gonna have Mary
So
Ann
the
keep
big
threading. You
pieces.
want to start threading some of that?
Sure.
Why don't you thread some chicken?
I can do the
ones?
chicken.
All right, so you girls are gonna thread those up for me, and we're gonna throw those on the grill, and they're gonna be yummy and delicious. And I know you have a project going on, Mary Ann. What?
I do. Actually, Thursday, July 31st at Crossroads Community Church on Sylvania, Petersburg, in our great little cafe, we are going to be hostessing a fundraiser for the Daughter Project.
Okay.
And when I say we, I mean my company, which is Coaching Women for Life. And the product that will be presented there is from Damsels in Defense, and it's defense products for young women.
Oh, I
Yeah.
met her once.
I did
she was
too.
she was in our BNI group. That's how I
Yeah.
met her.
Amazing.
She's a
I'm
cool lady.
So excited.
She's a cool
Yeah,
lady.
yeah.
So she's gonna display those products and kind of give an
And the
educational.
benefit, though, what is the benefit? The proceeds go to?
The proceeds will go to benefit the Daughter Project, which is to combat human trafficking. And
Which is big in our area.
It is very big. In fact, Toledo per capita kind of fluctuates between the #1 and the #3 city nationwide. And I was recently told that the average age of girls being trafficked is between 12 and 14. So it's really, it's just very heartbreaking. So yeah, it'll be an awareness opportunity because someone will be there from the Daughter Project to share some information, and then they'll present the product, and then the proceeds will go to the Daughter Project.
Cool.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
pretty
awesome.
excited.
Yeah. So see, we're community related here. We don't just drink wine out of our boot glasses. And, you know, we have.
Like
Asian.
I know.
Help women young and old.
There.
Absolutely.
You
Don't
guys
say
know-
anything about the old part. Not a word.
No, you're so pretty. So they're going to keep running, and when we come back, we are going to have some for you for us to taste. Oh, you wish you could taste them? For us to taste and you can see how they look. So join us when we come back.
Hello, I'm Mary Ann Takis. I'm a certified Christian life coach and the owner of Coaching Women for Life. As a mom who's experienced a catastrophic illness with one of her children, I understand what it's like to face significant challenges. It's my goal to come alongside women who are feeling stuck or overwhelmed to help them find clear direction and to discover hope. Contact me at my website, coachingwomenforlife.com, by phone at 419-304-0432, and be sure to like us on Facebook.
Over 12,000 financial advisors. Over $700 billion in assets under care.
Just put this away.
How did Edward Jones get so big?
Could you teach our kids that trick?
By not acting that way.
Okay, last quarter.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Cleaning your gutters can be dangerous. Take it from Marty.
For 30 years, I've been climbing up that ladder, cleaning out those gutters. One time, I leaned the ladder up there, and the feet were on the deck. The deck was a little wet. Next thing I know, the ladder kicks out, and I'm hanging by the gutter, and I start yelling for help. After that occurrence, I called Gutter Helmet.
Call Gutter Helmet for an estimate. 419-475-0000. Get Gutter Helmet today, and you'll never clean your gutters again.
Keeping you out of the gutter. We're the Gutter Helmet.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, which makes your facility safe and more efficient. We recommend smart solutions, and people get where they're going. We bring new ideas and help you build your business. Fast Signs offers more than signs and graphics. We're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. For more information or to request a consultation, visit fastsigns.com.
Okay, welcome back, and we are actually grilling and cooking the kebabs before we eat them. I thought that might be a good suggestion, right?
Nice order.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got these layered on the grill here, and we're just gonna flip them once.
Well, that's a question I have, because when I grill, I'll like put the meat on and then I'll wait for a little bit and then I flip it and I wait for a little bit and flip it more. So I'm like constantly flipping so that I think it's getting well rounded. Is that a good thing?
I get your idea, but when you're doing meat especially, even if you're doing your meat in a pan, it doesn't matter when it is. Your meat will talk to you. It will actually tell you.
Are you okay?
When I know, right?
It
does. It
sister.
talks to me.
What kind of coaching do you provide? You need some life coaching. Her meat talks to her.
Exactly. I know. Yeah. Yes, it does talk to me. So what happens
What
is
does it say?
it will show you when it's ready. So, okay, I'll say show instead of talk. I don't know.
It makes me feel more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. So what
don't
you're
have to
gonna
commit you.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna wait, and if it's still sticking, which that one kind of is, then we're just gonna wait. So it will tell you when it starts to come up easily. That's when it's ready to flip.
Okay, so the sticks stay.
Yep.
If it comes up, flip.
I like that.
Stick.
So you can
stay.
flip it. in
Oh,
other words.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely want to flip it because you got to cook the other side.
Right,
for sure.
right.
But even like when you have the lid closed, like the top side cooks some, doesn't it? Maybe not.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, we close this up and it creates, heat in there. So yes, of course it cooks. But
Okay, so one time last summer when it was ridiculously hot outside, I came out here to turn on the grill. It was already 400 degrees.
Oh,
before I turned
no.
it on because it was those, when it was like 100 degrees and this was closed and the sun was on. It was like 400 degrees before I turned it on.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you didn't
That's-
have much wait time, right?
But yeah, no, I didn't need a lot of warm up time. And I was dripping as I was grilling.
And grilling is easy, girls. It's not
It's
hard.
not just a man
You
thing.
turn on the gas and then you turn on the things and it automatically lights. But if you're like me, I have an old grill So I take my little lighter, you know, with the glowing thing, the flamethrower.
Exactly.
So I take the grate off. I go like this, and I'm like way down so I don't burn off my hair and my eyebrows. So I'm like, and then it goes whoosh.
Fun, isn't it?
I know.
That was my old grill, and I literally lost eyebrows and hair a lot.
It's time for a new grill. I think so. Do you grill out a lot?
I do, yes. Even I'll stand there in the rain or hold.
Will you really?
Yes.
Yeah, we grill.
yeah.
So your husband doesn't grill, or you grill?
We both do. He does a lot better with meats. I'll do vegetables. I love to do asparagus on the grill and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be talking about grilled vegetables on the. Yeah.
We grilled through all 85 inches of snow this year. The most important thing is shovel a path to the grill.
Seriously.
And you don't have a cover either, so yeah.
It was fun.
At least mine, I like have this little overhang, and I can pull it under there and you know, run outside in my boots and my coat, and
It just had that taste of grilled food when you're freezing to death.
it's good.
Yes.
Well, and
Reminds you of summer.
right,
Yeah.
and it's not you can do the grill pans like I've showed you in weeks past, but they work great, but it just doesn't have that flavor.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
And on these two, you also could put any flavor oil you want. So if you wanted them hickory, or we have a bacon,
We have a butter.
we have butter, anything. It's awesome on here. So you can just pick and choose. So we're gonna flip, and we're gonna cook. See, it's
stick and stay.
It's stick and
There we
stay,
go.
right?
That's my new word, stick and stay.
Right, exactly.
So we'll
you-
flip these.
Yeah,
and
this one now. See, that one came right up.
Yep.
So that one was ready to go.
Okay.
And so that's how you tell. So that one's still sticking a little bit. That's still sticking. So, ooh, one ready to flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just depends. But when we come back, we are going to do our girl talk, and then we will be eating after that our delicious kabobs, and you girls can tell me what you think of them. So join us when we come back for girl talk and boo of the week. And welcome back to Girl Talk, and I wanted to thank our guest Mary Ann Tackus for coming today. Sure. Yeah, and I want you to recap your event, because we were talking about the Daughter Project fundraiser, and I want you to make sure that everybody knows when it is and how to get a hold of you if they want to participate.
Exactly. You can get a hold of me through my company, Coaching Women for Life, at my website or phone number 419-304-0432. It's July 31st at Crossroads Church in Ottawa Lake. 6:30 to 8:30, and all the proceeds go to the Daughter Project.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And Annette, you're on for wine, baby.
Girl talk, have to have our wine. So as Elly always has her white, and so does Alicia, aka Mary Ann, we have a Tokai, a royal Tokai, which is from Hungary. And I like my reds, and I have a Tordeaux Laurent. This is from southern France, and these are both wines from Wilson Daniels Limited, and great wines you can get at your specialty wine stores. But the great thing is they're really versatile and go with all kinds of food, and especially are good for grilling foods, which we have our kabobs.
I know. And my wine palette is expanding a little bit, because this was originally kind of dry for me, but fruity, and I went, oh, well, you know, maybe it's not so bad, but maybe it's just the more I drink, the better it tastes. I don't know.
It's a pretty.
It could be that. I don't know. It could be that. So I was reading this article, and it was a Dear Abby thing. And some lady went to a restaurant, and she looked across, and another lady was walking out of the bathroom and then had toilet paper hanging out of the back of her pants, right? Oh, I was like, she's like, I didn't know what to do, so I stayed silent, just like everybody. But you could see the horrified look on everyone's face.
Excuse me, ma'am, you have, don't mind that toilet. Oh my gosh, out of her pants. I can see the shoe thing. I might say something, but not out of her pants.
And Dear Abby said to send a note to her server, and I thought, well,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, that was a good idea. But I know you have a story about exactly that.
It was me, actually. Yes, it was. I came out of a restroom, and we were at some event, and I had toilet paper, and what was so funny is that this woman was such a professional. She handled it just beautifully. I was not embarrassed, and she came up and she said, is somebody playing a trick on you? That is so mean. I can't believe it. And I was like,
oh, that was
really
good.
Was
smooth.
It was very smooth, and it was a lot less embarrassing than like, Did you know? Or, you know, walking around the rest of the evening with it.
Well, my
sitting out
children
there.
actually had like 5,000 most embarrassing moments for
Really?
me.
You're so pretty. I never would have guessed.
A little blonde going on. So my one son, Grant, has acid reflux, and so I was trying everything, and I saw these things in the grocery store. They were like Rolaids, like gummy bears. I thought, how cool. Here, you know, I'm thinking you can have a gummy bear and he'll think it's candy and life is good. So I'm like reading the directions, and I think Grant was maybe 8 or 9, probably 8. And I'm like reading the directions because I've never tried these before. So I'm like, take 3, choose. So I handed him one. I'm like, okay, Grant, 1, 2, 3. Okay, spit it out, spit it out. And he's just looking at me like, what? I'm like, spit it out.
So and do you see why we started the "You're So Pretty" thing? Because we really need it. That's awesome. And they still teach you about it.
He remembers it vividly.
Here, I can just see him going, spit it out, spit it out.
Well, that night, the guy I was dating, who's now my husband, he had come over about an hour later, and I was telling this because he's like, honey, it's 3 of the chews he's supposed to have. And I'm like, oh.
You think he would have known right there in the...
He like, still married me.
Let me think. I know. And I felt really bad, too, because we were at church one day, and I saw a lady come and sit to talk to another lady, and she was right in front of me, and her dress was unzipped. Now, if you ladies know, like, if you're by yourself, you have no way to zip your dang dress.
I know.
So I'm like trying to zip like this, and then you lift it up and you're going like this. Yeah, and it's really hard. And so I didn't know what to do, and I thought I didn't want to embarrass her. So I didn't say anything, and I felt really bad. So maybe I need Boo Boo of the Week for that, because I was just, and I regret it, because now I'm thinking, gosh darn it,
And
I
it's
should
such
have
an easy thing to do.
I know, I could have just went,
and then nobody would have, you know, the next 100 people staring at her going, oh, look at her dress unzipped.
Exactly. I'm like, so yeah. So next time, ladies, if you see somebody with their dress unzipped or toilet paper hanging out of their rear end,
please
or
talk to them. Yeah.
Please let them
spinach
know.
in their teeth, you know, you'd want to know, right?
So I don't know, Boo Boo of the Week for not doing something, or Boo Boo of the Week for having the toilet paper out the back.
Yeah, which is
I
the
know.
best?
Or
remember,
3
although
chews.
yeah, 3 chews. Although I do remember, I'll try to make it really quick, because we were taking my daughter to school. We had a van load of her stuff. We drove as far as we could possibly drive, which was Chattanooga, Tennessee.
It was.
So we drive in, we check in, we had to
like
go
11
to
o'clock at night. We'd not had anything to eat. We
had to
hadn't
go-
had anything to drink yet. Surprising.
See, we weren't drinking and driving. And so we had to go to a different building, and then we get to this different building, we go up, we trudge all of our crap up the stairs.
Take it all.
It had to be second floor, right? No elevator. So we're dragging it all up there. So I put the key in the door, and I opened it about this much, and I went, oh, the bathroom light was on, and the door was like halfway open, and I'm like, hello?
I'm behind her with all the luggage.
And she's taller than me, so she can see everything that's
I'm like
going on.
hovering over her, and she's like, and this guy walks out of the bathroom, and she's like, back up, back up.
I know, I could not believe it. He walked right out of the bathroom, and I'm like, so we drive back to the
But we
building.
were like closing the door. We're like, oh my gosh.
And dear Nat, as long as she is, she's the sweetest thing, because she's like, you know what, we can either laugh or we can cry. And so we started laughing so hard that we started crying. And we get to the thing, we go back in, and as soon as I walked in the door, I mean, tears streaming down my face, and the guy goes like this, he just hung his head, and he's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, would you like a room with no one in it? And I go, that'd be wonderful, thanks so much.
Without the man.
Yeah, and he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, because we'd be really pissed off at you right now if we weren't so tired.
At this point, she's on Match.com. I'm like, who needs Match.com? We just go to her hotel room. We'll give you a man.
Gosh, it's so funny. So
I think he gets Boob of the Week for giving us a room with a man already in it.
True. Cheers to that, right?
Cheers to the hotel room.
We'll all take responsibility for that one. Okay, join us when we come back, and we are going to taste those amazing kebabs. And thanks again, Marianne.
You are welcome.
Glad you joined
Pleasure.
us.
We'll see you in a few.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, which makes your facility safe and more efficient. We recommend smart solutions, and people get where they're going. We bring new ideas and help you build your business. Fast Signs offers more than signs and graphics. We're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. For more information or to request a consultation, visit fastsigns.com.
Over 12,000 financial advisors. Over $700 billion in assets under care.
Let me just move this away.
How did Edward Jones get so big?
Could you teach our kids that trick?
By not acting that way.
Okay, last quarter.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Hello, I'm Mary Ann Takis. I'm a certified Christian life coach and the owner of Coaching Women for Life. As a mom who's experienced a catastrophic illness with one of her children, I understand what it's like to face significant challenges. It's my goal to come alongside women who are feeling stuck or overwhelmed to help them find clear direction and to discover hope. Contact me at my website, coachingwomenforlife.com, by phone at 419-304-0432, and be sure to like us on Facebook.
Welcome back, and we are tasting our amazing kebabs. And so what we're doing is we're just going to scooch them off just like this.
Okay, when you serve people a kebab dinner and have people over for cookout, do you serve it to them on the plate like this, or do you put the skewer right on their plate? What is?
I would put the skewer, but I'll tell you, if you want to get fancy dancy about it, you can do some amazing just rice, and then you can put it on the plate, and then you can just set the little kebabs right on top of the rice with this on the skewers. So it's just, you know, everybody can make rice. It just makes it look pretty. It's all about presentation, right? Exactly. So we are going to taste. And I'm not a huge beef person, but this shawarma seasoning, I'm telling you, is amazing.
I have the chicken, and the chicken has the Asian spice.
Yeah,
there's a kick. Oh my goodness!
And that's the other tip: when you're eating spice, don't get it on the front of your tongue. So when you're taking that bite, put it in the back so that
that's where it went.
Absorb the heat.
That's a good tip. That's a
doesn't absorb the heat.
So we've taken the meat and the vegetables. We put it all in the freezer bag. Put it in the freezer. Pulled it out, defrosted it. Put it on our sticks.
Put it on the grill,
and
remember, your meat will talk to you.
My meat talks now.
Exactly, and you can throw together some super easy sides, which brings me to what we're doing next week. We are actually going to do all sides. I keep talking about freezer meals and how you do those, but you know, some people go like, what do I do with it that's going to be quick and easy? So I'm going to give you some quick and easy sides to put with your 20-minute freezer meals, and you'll be good to go. So thanks again, girls, for another amazing episode. Yep.
Cheers.
And if you have any questions or comments, you can reach me on Facebook at Goddess of Grub. We'll see you next week.